Your local sports authority is the Ryan Waters Sports Drive. Now, here's your host, Ryan Waters.
Tuesday afternoon, the Okanagan Sun announced they have a new general manager on board. He's a guy who is no stranger to the Sun, nor is he a stranger to the BCFC. Howie Zaron, who joined the team last season to become the director of player personnel, will move into the general manager role effective immediately. For the Sun, Zaron was the head coach of the Chilliwack Huskers, leading them to a playoff berth in 2008. Zaron is ready to take on the role that was left vacant during the 2010 football season.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I look forward to getting a little more involved and being able to contribute a lot more to the organization and get it over the hump.
Well, how does the position or your role differ from your job as director of player personnel?
Well, I think at the start of last year that I was basically just the guy that went out and found as much talent as possible. But I think, as the season got on, I started contributing a little more, talking with coaches and helping them out a little bit and just kind of being a resource for them. So, I started to do a little more general manager role by the end of the year last year. So, it's not a huge jump from last year, but at the same time, I think there is more responsibility and there's more accountability on me being the general manager.
Well, you did a lot to bring these players in from all over the country. Do you still do that kind of job for the Sun, and are you still looking across the country, or do you want to stay more local?
No, I'm still in charge of the player personnel end of things, and all over the country. I've been to a few different provinces to watch some football, and the strongest football area is on the prairies.
Yeah.
I haven't been back east, so I can't really give an opinion on that. Obviously the guys we brought in from the east, I think there was 4 or 5 of them. Mm-hmm. They all did a great job for us, so obviously it's strong football out there as well. But we need to add more guys from all over the place. And at the same time, keep adding local guys because there is obviously a lot of local talent as well.
Well, what kind of holes do you want to fill going into next season? This team hasn't been able to beat the VI Raiders for the last 5-6 years, so how do you change that?
Well, I think to change that, it's going to be a group effort, and that all starts with me. I think that the bottom line is that the VI Raiders win because they get it done.
Yeah.
I know their head coach, Snoop, he's out there, busting his hump day in, day out. And he's out there recruiting. He gets the maximum out of his coaches. He gets the maximum out of his players. That's what we need to start doing here. We need to start getting what the best possible, the best effort, and we need to produce. Last year I think that we had the most talent in the league and we didn't get it done. For whatever reason you want to put your finger on, at the end of the day, we finished second, and that's not good enough. And that starts with me, and I'll do a better job this year, and I expect the same from the coaches, and I expect the same from the players that I bring in.
Well, what's the first couple of things you will do as the new GM?
I'm going to sit down with Coach Pete and discuss a few things as far as player personnel and what kind of direction he wants to go in, and also just get a good idea of what he thought we needed to do to get over the hump. It's easy to talk on the phone and that kind of stuff, but you really get a good feel for a guy when you're face to face. So I think me and Pete and a couple other coaches are going to get together and put our heads together, and we all have one goal, and that's to be champions. And I really truly believe that we'll get it done. I know I said that last year too, but like I said, we had the most talent on the field, and now we just got to figure out a way to get past those Raiders, and that all starts with me. Like I said, we got to do the small things, and if we get those things done, then we will be on top.
You mentioned you've been across the prairies looking at football players, looking at football teams. You know the VI Raiders very well. Who do you like in the Canadian Bowl?
I like the VI Raiders. I think the BCFC is the strongest league in the country. I think the VI Raiders are obviously well coached, and I think they have a lot of talented guys. Offensively, they're big across the line of scrimmage. Yancey's the best quarterback in the country, I believe. Him or Reed Quest. And, I think defensively, it all starts with their D coordinator, Hawking, and he's a great coach, and he's got those guys really tuned up on that side of the ball, and I'd say VI Raiders win.
When a move like this is made, everyone within the organization needs to be on the same page, especially the head coach. And Pete McCall says Zaron has fit in perfectly since joining the team last year.
Oh, Howie did a great job in his first year with coming in as our recruiting director. I think if you look at the athletes that we had last year, that was largely because of Howie, and to have him here now and even at a bigger level, I think it's going to do nothing but make us a better football team.
Well, how has he been able to dive into other provinces, bring players out to BC, the guys from Ontario and Saskatchewan, Manitoba? How has they been able to get here?
He's a squeaky wheel. He gets on the phones, and he knows a lot of people in the right circles, and he was joining us. Our program is is first rate, so it's really easy to sell a program when they've got everything that we have: the stadium, the fan support, and all of the great equipment, trainers, everything. We have it, so it's not hard to sell the Okanagan Sun and then play in the Kelowna, and he did a great job at it.
Mm-hmm. How does your relationship evolve with him?
Well, I think as a general manager, I think it'll be we'll be communicating even more than we did last year. We were talking back and forth quite a bit with the recruiting process, but now with him, I think it'll be a little bit more hands-on and be more involved in some of the other things in the program. Just sort of a liaison between the board of directors and the coaching staff, and again, he's a great football mind, so I'm sure he'll have a lot of good ideas as far as personnel and the things that we should be doing and things we shouldn't be doing.
So you like the move then?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great help. It's hard to find, and this guy is first rate, and his reputation precedes him with what he's done in the past. He's had success as a coach and as a general manager, so he's going to be a huge addition to us.
Their season may be over, but football is 24/7 with the Okanagan Sun. Until next time, I'm Ryan Waters.
This has been the Ryan Waters Sports Drive.